Hello friends, I am Pranita Shishni. Today I am here to discuss the technical topic. In that today we are going to discuss the pharmacovigilance. In that sub point we are going to discuss that is the pediatric pharmacovigilance. Pediatric pharmacovigilance refers to the monitoring, assessment and prevention of adverse drug reaction and other drug related problems in children. Children are not just small adults, they weigh their metabolize and respond to drugs differ significantly from that of adults, making the monitoring of drug safety in the pediatric populations critically important. Ensuring the safety of medicines used in children is a complex process that involves various aspects of clinical research, regulatory activities, and the post-marketing surveillance. Now, the importance of the pediatric pharmacovigilance. In that, first is the differences in the physiology. Children are a diverse group that include the neonates, infants, children, and adolescents. Each stage of the development presents unique challenges when it comes to pharmacokinetics, that is the how the body absorbs, distributes, metabolizes, and excretes the drugs, and pharmacodynamics, how the drug affect on the body. The liver, kidneys, and other organs that are involved in the drug metabolism are immature at the birth, involved over time, affecting how drugs are processed. Thus, drugs may behave differently in the children's, which increase the need for specialized monitoring. Next, that is the lack of the clinical trial in the children. Historically, many drugs have been developed and tested primarily in the adults. Clinical trials in the children have been limited due to the ethical concerns, difficulties in the recruiting pediatric patients, and the complexities of the conducting such studies. Consequently, drugs that are prescribed to children may not have been tested in this population, and their safety and efficacy are often inferred from the adult data or based on the limited pediatric trials. Next importance, that is the adverse drug reaction in children's. Children may be more vulnerable to ADRs due to their developing bodies and differences in drug metabolism. Additionally, the pediatric ADRs may not always present in ways that are similar to adult reaction. For example, symptoms might be more suitable and manifest in the uh, atypical ways, repairing the requiring specialized knowledge to identify and manage. Now, the challenges in the pediatric pharmacovigilance. In that, first is the underreporting of ADRs. One of the major challenge in the pediatric pharmacovigilance is the underreporting of ADRs. Parents, caregivers, and healthcare professionals may be unaware of the need of report ADRs, especially if they are mild or not immediately perceived as related to a medication. Moreover, many adverse drug reactions in the children may be mistaken for the natural progression of the illness being treated, or they might not be recognized as being caused by the drug. Next, that is the variability in the pediatric populations. The pediatric population is not homogeneous, and there are significant differences in how different age groups, for example, neonates, infants, toddlers, children, and respond to the drugs. For instance, the drug dosages and formulations often need to be adjusted based on the age, weight, and development stage of the child. Pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic differences can be lead to variations in the drug safety and the efficacy. Next, that is the ethical and practical barriers to the clinical trials. Pediatric clinical trial face both ethical and logistical challenges. There are concerns about the exposing children to experimental treatments, and recruiting participants for pediatric studies is often difficult. Consequently, there is often a lack of robust, high quality data on the safety and efficacy of medications for children, which makes pharmacovigilance even more important to detect the ADRs. Now, the regulatory frameworks and the pediatric drug safety. The regulation of pediatric drug safety is governed by several international and national bodies. In that, first is the FDA, that is the US Food and Drug Administration, requires a pediatric studies for drugs that are likely to be used in the children, especially if the drug is intended for a common pediatric condition. The Pediatric Research Equality Act mandates that certain drugs undergo pediatric studies before being approved for use in the children. The Best Pharmaceuticals for Children Act, that is the BPCA, provides the incentives for companies to conduct the pediatric studies. Now, the European Medicines Agency. In Europe, the EMA requires a pediatric investigation plan for all new medicines. The PIP outlines the steps needed to the test and study the drug in the children. In addition, the European Network of Children Centers for Pharmacoepidemiology and the Pharmacovigilance conduct the surveillance studies and provide the data on drug safety in the pediatric population. Thank you friends for listening me today. Thank you again.